Hello Gemini, welcome to Demella Universe. We are Vel'Astri. Thank you so much for joining us. This is for the Sun, Moon and Rising sign of Gemini. And Gemini, this is your messages from Ra reading. Gemini, we have worked with the Sun God Ra for a very long time. A beautiful energy, divine masculine energy in the highest frequencies. And Ra would like to walk with you to guide you as to how to align each step you take, each action you make to be aligned within your highest self, your authenticity, without excuse, without deviation or distraction. This is you fully embodying your creative power, your creative nature, fully taking accountability for all that you do and aligning to your highest frequency of being, beautiful Gemini. Gemini, we believe that there's a bit of housekeeping happening, so if you do hear some background noise, we do apologize for that. But for now, let us see, Gemini, what Ra would love to share with you, to empower you to truly step into your divine existence, that everything honors you fully, completely. It's time for you to shine, Gemini. It's time for you to be to express yourself, to feel free in the expression of yourself. You are the Lover's card in tarot, divine love. You are Gemini. All that you are, all that you do is love. And for you to know this and not judge anything that you do. Look at that, we got house. Okay. So, Gemini, a very interesting message here of the house. Spirit is saying another sign got house earlier on that we did. Okay, but we can't remember who, but Gemini. It is time that you, I think Libra got house, yes. Gemini, it is time that you release yourself from expressions of you, ways of you that no longer serve you, in order for your house to become a home. You are your home, you see. You are the truth of you within, you see. And as you allow yourself to completely honor all that you are, to be all that you are, to embody all that you are, and to express all that you are, you will understand that that is where the energy of a home comes from. You almost have a certain idea as to how things should be run. And this is whether you have a family, whether you have one, if you're just staying with maybe just your romantic partner, or if you have children, or maybe staying with parents or grandparents, or staying on your own. There's almost a way, a formula, a way in which you are presenting yourself in order for you to make sense, for the house to make sense, for it to run in a way that makes sense, for other people to be stable. You need roles, and Spirit saying, release the roles. The only role you ever need to be is you. You are the role in your life. Release the roles of motherhood, the role of fatherhood, the role of husband, the role of wife, the role of brother, the role of sister, the role of child, the role of parent, of sibling, of grandparent, etc. Release the roles, for when you are living the roles, you are then again siphoning and rather directing your soul into a specific energy, into a mold. And if you are then needing to be this mold, then the other person cannot. Okay, we're going to use an example in our own life. This will allow it to have a bit more clarity. Spirit brought this to our attention. When we were in university, we believe this was, I think, second year, we called our mother and we I always wonder what they thought of us in terms of probably just one of these random outliers, like what's happening, what now? Anyway, we called our mother and we said to her, we release you, mother, from being our mother. And she was like, what do you mean? It's like, well, we called her mom, of course, not mother, but just for this reading. We said, no, we release you from the role of being our mother. We release you from that role because we do not know what we will be. We do not know how to be. We said we realize here, being a university, that we are allowed to be more free than we've ever been before. And so I am still learning who I am. I'm still discovering who I am. I'm still learning. I'm exploring who I am. So whatever idea you have of me, I've already failed, because one, I have no idea how you expect me to be, and since I am still discovering who I am, whoever I am again, it's not going to meet where you are. So again, I've already failed. And also, mother, when you became a mother, it's not that you got automatically shifted into this role of, ooh, now I'm a mother, I know exactly what to do. It's like, no, you were still figuring things out. You're still figuring things out right now. And as you play the role of a mother, then I have to play the role of the son. And I have to bounce off whatever you need, so if you're now going to be one way, I need to be this way, which is a match of how you are being. And then it's two masks creating, two masks relating, two masks forming a relationship, the role of mother, the role of son. And I said, I don't want that. I want to know who you are. I want to know what your dreams are, because I know you still have dreams. I'm the last born in the family, and I'm out of the house. So technically, you and my father were still around at that time, or alive rather. So you and my father, you are now finally alone again. So don't you want to know who you are now without us? For all these years, you have had to be the role of mom and dad. Now you can just be the role of husband and wife again. And yes, of course, we're still here. And yes, of course, we still care. But surely you have your dreams. And I also want to know the mom who was young. I want to know your dreams. I want to know the mom who walked around the lake in Lesotho. There's this beautiful lake in Lesotho. My mom used to show me pictures when she was younger there on dates with my father. And I said, I want to know her dreams. Like, what did she want to do? I want to know you. We are much more than just mother and son. I wish to be this divine soul, this divine being, and you're this divine being, and we're exploring who we are. And yes, of course, you're always my mom, and yes, of course, I'm always your son, but now we can also be friends. Now we can also just be these co-creating beings, learning and growing. Release the mold of motherhood, and then you release me of the mold of being a son, and we can simply be, we can exist, and we can be, and we can breathe. She took some time, of course, to digest and to process this, but in the years to follow that relationship, we really had a very strong relationship where we were a lot more open, a lot more caring, we were just authentic and open. She spoke to me. I saw a different side of her. Finally, she wasn't this idea of who she should be. I got to actually understand her on a very fundamental soul level. I got to actually know who she is truly, without the lie, without the mask. So much so at this time that I actually feel that I'll probably see much more than she ever wanted me to see, which is why now I can call her out for certain things that she does, which I think in other ways, if we had still kept those roles, I would have not been able to see this. So it is for you to release the roles and the ideas and the performance stop performing and simply be. This allows the energy of the household to become a home. And even with you, if you're staying alone, for you to tap out of your own limitations, allow your space to honor who you are. Don't set up your space, you might have a date, somebody might come over, let me make the space look like how they would want it to look. Why would you do that to yourself? You don't want to live a lie. Why already start a relationship in a lie? Then you have to keep up the lie for the whole relationship. That's exhausting. Be your truth so the person sees your truth. Thus, they know exactly what they're getting into. You know exactly what you're getting into when you see their truth, and now you can build a relationship on truth. And that is free. That is breathing. So there is a desire in your soul to break free, to be free, to express yourself in the truth of you. And this is number 17, which is an 8, infinity. Energies that go out come back in. So as you truly just align yourself with the truth of you, that lover's card energy, divine love energy, Gemini energy, creating within that frequency of clarity, of truth, you then align with all energies of clarity and truth. It's time for you to break free. And yes, as we mentioned in the little story we told, which actually dragged a bit longer than we thought, sorry about that, but in the story that we told, in the end, I ended up, as I released myself, and as I released myself from that role of son and brother from my mother and my siblings, I was able now to see them in their clarity, because in my truth, they could only show me their truth. And I realized, ooh, actually, these people are not for my highest good. And I was able now to release myself from that toxic energy. So yes, when you take this step, yes, it allows a richer and a fuller relationship all around, but it also allows you now to finally see exactly the co-creative energies in the relationships you have, in order for you to release them should they not be serving your highest good, for you to then create new relationships that are now honoring the truth of you. Okay. So it's important that you know that when you see the truth, you see the whole truth. That's why the world is a bit upside down now. We're in the age of Aquarius. The truth of all is being shown, and some truths are not that pretty, but it needs to be shown in order for us to release them. 2 cards here, in order to release the illusion. You've got the 6 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. Yes, it's time for the past conditioning, the past energies that no longer serve you to be released, Gemini, in order for your childhood dreams, the truth of your inner child to awaken and fully realize in the present time. It's time for soul connections now. It's time for true soul expression now. We really feel a huge inner child awakening now, where you're finally allowing the truth of you to be seen, to be expressed fully, and releasing the past. It's time for you to release the illusion. It's time for you to release the made-up story. It's time for you to release the pretending. It's time for you to release the conditioning, the past ways that no longer serve you, especially past ways of being, past expressions and past interactions and just past frequencies that no longer serve you. It's time for you to really step into the truth. And we see it here again with the 10 of Swords. It's releasing that conditioning, releasing that old way of being, releasing those past energies, releasing the realm of illusion, the imprisonment, the egoic creating, the entrapment, you feeling alone. Even if you have so many people around you, you feel alone because you're not being in your truth. You feel like, I'm just this, I'm playing this role, I'm playing this part, it's a pretense, it's what they need me to be, it's not my true expression. Thus you're not existing, you're dead before the grave because you're not existing. You are opting to step out of your truth, to be a robot, to be a mannequin, and it's time that you release this. Looks almost like a zombie, like this very zombified every day. I'm gonna just be this person because this is what people need me to be. I need to be this way for my family. I need to be this way for this person because this is how it's meant to be. And the universe is saying there's no set rule for motherhood. There's no set rule for fatherhood. There's no set rule for anything. You in your truth, that is the best mother you can be. That is the best father you can be. That is the best guardian, the best being you can be. You in the truth is the best version of you. And from that space, you can then provide and care and nurture. You're not being irresponsible, you're not being neglectful when you finally allow yourself to be. You are your home. It's time that you allow your home, the home you are within, to shine through, beautiful Gemini, and release the pretense. And you're finally able to release all of the energies around you that need you to pretend, that need you to lie. You get to release those swords pinning you down, because any being that needs you to be small, that needs you to pretend, that requires you, if somebody requires you to go along with their illusion for them to feel comfortable in their illusion, for somebody who needs you to go along with their misery in order for them to be comfortable in their misery, if somebody needs you to go along with their illness in order to be comfortable with their illness, because some people they use their illness as their excuse, you know, I can't be happy because this and this and this has happened in my life, so you have to feel sorry for me, you have to pity me. And there's a difference between compassion and understanding, and others who are trying to now make their illness or their circumstance an excuse for not doing their work. And you need to now go to them, to their level, to where they are, in order for them to feel comfortable in their suffering. Release those energies. They don't serve you. Every single situation in this frequency, you are the creator of, and the energies are reflecting you, even if it's not easy to digest this information. People say, how could you say this? It's just the way the energies work. And your soul is a powerful soul, and your soul has come to learn certain lessons. And yes, sometimes your soul chooses certain paths which are not easy for you to heal that frequency, because you can, because you're strong enough to heal that frequency. But you first need to stop making excuses for where you are. It's to release the humanized perception and finally step into your higher self and really claim your power. And look at that, we've got the King of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. So yes, claiming your power, really claiming that stability within you. You see, you are your home, all this red root chakra. You are your home. And look, with this wolf energy, yes, just really stepping into your truth, being your own self, not pretending for others, not being a sheep just being that wolf, owning that you're a wolf. And if the sheep are scared, let them run away. It's fine. You will attract other wolves who enjoy you in your empowerment, other beings who enjoy you as you are. And it's time for those around you to start respecting you, to start respecting who you are, and respecting your views and your ways of being. Again, we feel that there may be some around you who are using their circumstance to manipulate you and to guilt trip you into you now having to agree with them, having to dim your light, having to stay in those energies. Because I'm your mom, how could you say this? I'm your father, how could you say this? Ooh, but I can't do this. This has happened to me. How could you say this? They're making victim mentality, using guilt and manipulation to keep you away from your power, because they know as soon as you're empowered, you'll see the truth of who they are. And you'll understand you do not actually need them. And then when they walk away, when you walk away rather, now they don't have anybody they can take from, because they don't want to do the work. It's easier for them to receive sympathy, to receive the sense of rightness from other people being in their own energies. It's just a very twisted kind of frequency we're feeling, and we have dealt with this in our own personal lives. Absolutely. It's time for you to really anchor and be stable in your truth, beautiful Gemini, and to allow yourself, you as you are, all this green heart chakra, there it is, that divine air energy. Air energy is heart chakra energy. So that lover's card is air energy, your energy, Gemini, divine love. And there we are, green. You are within your divine love, that heart chakra. You're honoring who you are, aligning with your root chakra, your stability. Orange, sacral chakra, in your highest self, creating from there. Therefore, receiving home and stability within your highest self, in your truth. And it's the center of the read, so it's anchoring you in this energy, Gemini. It's time that you really release past energies that don't serve you, past conditioning, and to step into your truth, because Two of Wands, yes, it's time for you to go into a new world, a world that honors you, a world that sees you, Again, all this orange, sacral chakra, you being in your highest self, creating in your truth, going into a world that honors you, into a life of you, no longer living a lie, no longer living an illusion, no longer living a role, no longer living a mask, but actually living your authentic truth, actually now existing, actually now being present with all your abilities, all your magic, all your power, all your knowledge, all your creativity, all your quirks, all your wants, all your needs, all your desires, no matter what it is, no matter how you look like, no matter how you express yourself, being in your truth completely. And it's a completely different shift. By the time people see you after this empowerment, for this reading is an empowerment, it is a light code activation, and Ra is coming, and this beautiful sun energy of Ra will be walking. Each and every single one you reading this, looking at this reading rather, will feel this energy move in their life if you're already not feeling it, and you will feel this empowerment to really break free and come into your truth. And you will find yourself being very different. When people see you, they might not even recognize you. I know if I ever went home to Rustenburg right now, with the way I am, the way I dress, the tattoos I have, just my full expression, people would not know who I am. They wouldn't recognize me at all. But I can't see myself going back there anytime soon. No, thank you. Yeah, no. So step forth into your power, step forth into a new world, beautiful Gemini. Set yourself free, release the energies of the old, release the energies of illusion, release the energies that no longer serve you. Set yourself free. Look at that. Yes, rebirth, transformation. It's time for new life. And look at the bottom of the card. I'm going to take it, the strength card, because it's very synchronous with this energy. We'll speak about the strength card just. Actually, no, what we'll do is we're going to put it all in a row for you. The Lovers card is the 6th card in tarot, so it makes sense that you have 6 cards in your read. Okay. So look at that. Death and rebirth. Absolutely. New life. Scorpio energy. New life. Born of you within. Look, within you. All the light within you. All your truth within you. All your power. All your magic. All of who you are. And look, the mask is off, revealing who you are within. I love synchronicities in this reading. The mask is off. There's no illusion. You see straight to the depths of the soul, straight within, to the core of your being. It's time for you to be this open with who you are, this vulnerable, this aware, this clear, this powerful, this beautiful, this allowing beautiful beings. It's time for a complete rebirth of where you are, and of who you are, and of where you are, of all of the experiences around you, reflecting who you are truly. And here with the strength card, yes, no longer that sheep, releasing that sheep, releasing that herd mentality, that grouping mentality, that people-pleasing mentality, finally allowing this beautiful sacral chakra, strength card, Leo energy, that lion, that 8, there's an 8 again, infinity, as within, without. Here's that 8 again, infinity, as within, without. Infinity symbols coming through. It's really time for that which you are to be reflected and to come back to you. Your energy, the energy you're giving, is time for it to come back in, but it can only come back in when you are allowing yourself to be in your truth completely. It's time for you to break free of illusion. It's time for you to break free of conditioning. And look at how the strength card mirrors the 6 of Cups. Yes, those conditionings of the old, those limitations, those masks. It's time for the past energies to be released from you. It's time for a rebirth of this 10 of Swords energy, where you were playing this role, playing this mask, playing this illusion, letting people not see your truth. Now finally people can see to the depths of your soul, breaking free of these swords, breaking free of these old limitations, breaking free of these old energies. And there we are, the King of Pentacles with the Two of Wands there. Yes, all this orange. Be within your higher self and create from there. going forward within your power, moving forward within your truth. Oh goodness, Gemini, release the mask, release the pretending, release trying to pretend. The only person you are fooling is yourself, truly. The only person you're cheating is yourself. The only person you're withholding your existence is from yourself. For when you are pretending, when you have a mask, you're no longer existing. You're dead before the grave. Release guilt from being your operating frequency. Release guilt and obligation and fear. Don't fear losing anything. Whoever and whatever you are losing, it's not meant to be there. You don't have to hold on to that which you are. If you're trying to hold on to people, hold on to situations, hold on to things, it means they don't want to be there in the first place. Let them go so that the energies that truly honor you come in. It's time for you to understand you have always been the home. You within your truth, you have been the perfect being for whatever interaction you need to be. If you're a mother, if you're a father, if you're a daughter, a son, if you're whatever being you are, to whoever being you are being it with, in your truth, you are the perfect being. And allow that to be the expression of your power forevermore. Blessed be.